These are my 5 recommended pattern cutting books. Now, the first one here, I recommend when you are learning to pattern cut and you've got a course or got something else you are learning to pattern cut with, because this book was made to support learning. It wasn't made just for learning from, because it's very shorthand. So it's called Metric Pattern Cutting for Women's Wear. It doesn't matter what edition you have, they're pretty much all the same. And it was made for London College of Fashion. Hence why I say it's a really good book to be able to use in collaboration with learning from something else, like an online course, an in-person course, or something else that is teaching you to pattern cut. Because you'll see inside, the instructions are very shorthand. They're very short for one pattern, but it gives you so many ideas, step by step, how to do the patterns, and shows you what they'll look like in the end. So it gives you a really good visual representation as to how they're going to look. And this is my most used book out of all of these. The next book I recommend is the Pattern Magic book by an amazing Japanese creator, and she does the most amazing pattern cutting designs, which just make you think in a different way. So this is so good for inspiration, and you'll see there's some really fun things in here. And then the next book is one of her other ones. She also does a stretch. So there's a whole series of them. And you can see it says now in English because they were in Japanese only first, but they were so popular, they're now in English as well. So there's so many amazing ideas. And I find these such an inspiration for thinking of just some little tweaks to make your sewing patterns a lot more interesting, very easily and simply. And then the next book is Pattern Cutting for Lingerie, Beachwear and Leisurewear. So this is really good if you want to start pattern cutting your own bras, underwear, swimwear, all those kind of things, because this is what this focuses on. Whereas the Metric Pattern Cutting book is more all about your coats, tops, shirts, trousers, all those kind of things. So this one is more focused around lingerie, beachwear and leisurewear. And again, it has all your step-by-steps in here. It's written in a lot less shorthand way to this, so it's a little bit more easy to understand. And they go through the step-by-step process so you can see it a lot easier. And then the last book I recommend is a book I've actually written, which is called An Introduction to Pattern Cutting. So if you're starting to pattern cut, I definitely recommend downloading this, and I'll put the link below so that you can then start learning what you need to know to be able to start pattern cutting. So all of these link to different pages, and you'll see in here, I've got what the difference between woven and stretch pattern cutting is, how to understand different terms, then what the blocks mean, what seam and hem allowances you need to do, all those amazing things that you'll need to know when you're using any of these other books to be able to start pattern cutting. So I'll put the link for this below. The feedback I get on this book is amazing. I've had it out for a while, but the feedback has just been incredible. I get messages daily about this, saying how helpful it is, how useful it is. And it's useful even if you've just started sewing as well, because it will give you a lot better understanding of the sewing patterns you're using as well.